Hello there and welcome everyone to our Wednesday unpacking of our weekly theme here in the Overcoming Overgiving for Inspired Women Over 40 Facebook group. So I always like to repeat our process here so people know what to expect. On Monday I post a theme for the week and invite comment and insight and all of your brilliance, because every one of you is brilliant, and it doesn't matter how you express yourself in words. Some of us use fancier language. Some of us use language because we've been steeped in the personal development process for a long time, and it doesn't mean that it's any wiser or more enlightened than anyone else who just chimes in and says, hey, I think this, or I've experienced that. I just want to let you know that, because sometimes our discussion does go into a lot of depth and insight in a certain type of a style, and I just want to invite everyone's style here and know that there is absolutely no hierarchy. And so I want to welcome our new members. We've just had a few this week because, as I shared, most of you have become members through seeing a Facebook ad. And I had turned the ad off last week so that I could share with you my new course, The Offering. And I'm just now turning that back on. So we just had a few new members, but welcome to those of you who did find us over the last week or so. Let me see, I wanted to announce a couple of changes that are coming up. Yesterday was kind of a very cool bridge week to allow me to assess how I can best serve the group and how the group can best serve me and my own patterns and preferences as well, right? That's the message. We must take care of our own needs and desires first, and then we just naturally bring our best to others as well. So I've decided that, I put together a course that is very transformational. I don't even know how to put it. I am a transformational life coach. And in my course, I really draw back the curtain on the transformational coaching process so that it kind of takes the mystery out of it, invites trust in the process, trust in myself as a coach, so that you know what's going on. And I'm new to you, and it takes time to know, like, and trust someone. And so I like to engender trust in any way that I can. So the course is still alive and well, but what's really, really cool is that it's going to shift, and it's going to end up being a companion course for our group here. Zero obligation. You're still more than welcome to be an active part of this group and enjoy all of the complimentary material, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to share this and to share it widely. And then for those of you that want to go deeper and apply some of these principles to your own life in a very specific way, then you can opt in to this companion course that is indeed going to be a self-study. Now, it's designed in such a way that I'm very much there with you, guiding every step, but it is, something that you will actually do on your own. And meanwhile, here in the group, I will be sharing with you the paradigms, premises, foundation upon which the program is built, and this is called the Divine Unfolding methodology, which is sort of my signature methodology for transformational coaching. And so the word divine, each letter stands for a particular premise, and what I'll be doing on our weekly themes is sharing those with you week after week. So we'll build a foundation, and then those of you that really want to opt in and say, oh, you know what, I want to do this self-study over here on my own because I've got some things I really want to work out in my life, or I want to get more clear on what I'd like to experience in certain areas of my life and be able to actualize that. So very excited about that, and I want to say a huge thank you to my sister Sandy Rebar, who is here in the group. Brilliant. She helped me to uncover this new way of being and doing that feels really good to me, and I'm hoping it feels really good to you. So you will also see that I will be threading that offer, like I will be making it known that that offer is there and that it exists. There will be no pressure involved at all, but rather than taking a whole week and sharing it for the whole week, it'll just be there all the time, and you guys can opt in if you want. Okay, so that was a pretty long foundational beginning, but it feels really important. And so I think that is it for announcements, and let's dive into our theme for the week, which is around new beginnings, and I titled it In the Beginning. And so I had to finish that. There was indeed the word, which for me personally has many, many layers of meaning. Maybe it does for you too. I certainly just did not want to pass over that part. But I also wanted to point out that there is also new breath, there's new thought, there's a new day, there's a new season, and there's a new way constantly generating within our lives. In every moment, right? Cellular regeneration. There's constantly new beginnings. And because life is a series of new beginnings, it's a series of beginnings. So when we find ourselves fretting over a transition that's calling for us to begin anew, let's remember that we are well practiced, that we are literally built for this. And so we can relax into it, knowing that we have everything we need within us to handle this new transition. There may indeed be sadness with the passing of what was. And that is natural. So we never want to pass over feelings. There's something in the transformational world called spiritual bypassing, which is sort of bypassing the painful feelings and jumping to the, positive outcome, or this sort of positive thinking, and don't go there, don't go into the dark, and this will never actually work in the end, because we are indeed designed to feel the feelings that come up. And so, for instance, one feeling that might come up when we're transitioning is sadness, because there's something that we're letting go of, or something that's falling away. And the reason why the experience of those feelings, which may be difficult, is important is because they hold within them the seeds of the change that we're about to make. They hold within them the impetus for us to move forward, because we're experiencing a contrast, right? We don't really want to stay in that difficult place. And so it actually becomes, once it's worked through our system, it becomes the very reason, or one of the reasons, that we do take those steps forward in a more enlightened way because of that experience of sadness. We learn so much about ourselves during those times. And so let's embrace feelings. I have had a history of being terrified of some of my feelings because I was afraid I would be stuck there forever. And so I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but I would encourage you to just know that you're safe, and that the feelings, they hold good things for you. They want good things for you. And then with each new beginning, there is also choice. We can take our new beginnings at our own pace and decide in our own time just how we would like for them to unfold. So this is the sort of empowerment aspect, is that we don't have to do it the way anybody else does it. And this is why it's important to really try to stay present with the process, because we want to be true to ourselves as we move forward. And in that, there's choice. We decide, no, I need to take this slower, or, whatever it might be. So there's choice there. And then we get to surrender in faith. Huge relief. Right? We get to surrender in faith that life, and then notice that life is actually giving us cues and clues. And this is where the quietude comes in. This is where a bit of retreat can be helpful. and accessing our inner quiet, because those are the times when we actually notice what's around us. So very important element of the process as well. And then we see that life is showing us the way, and we're actually not doing it all on our own. It's never that way. We are in a continual co-creation process with life. And then we're never alone. Yeah, I don't know if I even included that sentence in the one that I published, but it's so important. We're never alone in this. And then I asked the questions. How do you feel about new beginnings? Do they bring feelings of apprehension, excitement, or does it depend? Now, there's something kind of obvious about that, right? And there's also a sort of an obvious thing about, some new beginnings are easier than others. And I get that, but I intentionally leave things that way, because if I wrote some sort of dissertation on each theme and covered every base and every angle, there'd be nothing for you guys to chime in, right? We don't leave any open doors. So I like to leave doors open for filling in, and then you guys do come in with your brilliance, and I love it. And actually, when you do come in with your brilliance, a lot of times it's different than I think it might be. Like, I think, somebody will probably say this, or somebody will probably say that, and then you say something different. And so that is just a wonderfully enriching experience for me. So please keep it coming. And so I think that's it for today. So next week, I will actually be introducing the D in the Divine Unfolding methodology. And D does indeed stand for desire. We've covered a bit about desire in the past, but now the frame of reference will be a little bit different, because I'm really going to want to allow you to tap into a process that you can utilize in your life. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in at our new time, 10 a.m. Works a little bit better for me. So thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon.